It's a beautiful Saturday morning and loaded with sporting actions from the Nigerian front to the foreign scene. Yes, it's Tit Bits coming to you live from the studios of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oluyole State in the Akademi Tabashawe Ibadan. This is Oluyole 98.5 FM, the Trailblazer, the pride of the nation, and of course, you know, the best in the West. Oluyole Gumala is here once again with all the news that you can use in the beautiful and ever exciting water sport. Of course, I'll bring you the latest, the hottest, and the juiciest sport news making the rounds this beautiful Saturday morning. It's day number 16 in the month of May 2026. Are you looking forward to the FIFA World Cup? It starts in less than a month. Yes, in North America, and that's United States, Canada, and Mexico. Trust us on this dial for all of the updates coming from the FIFA World Cup. When it starts, but before the FIFA World Cup, leagues are wrapping up already. Well, some already concluded with the eventual champions in their league. Some of them have been settled. In Italy, it's been settled. France, Germany has been settled. In Spain as well has been settled. Of course, in England, yes, it might go all the way. It might go all the way. Well, all of these and many more you stand to enjoy on the show this beautiful morning. Well, in the Premier League, a game was played yesterday. Aston Villa yesterday booked a place, booked a ticket for next season's UEFA Champions League, courtesy of a fantastic win over Liverpool yesterday. They've had a beautiful season. And don't forget, they're also in an European final this season. So what a season! What a season for Aston Villa. Yes. With their coach Unai Emery there. Alright, well, let's take a look at what to expect across the leagues. But before that, let's check out stories making it around to the world of sports this beautiful morning. Let's kickstart from Nigeria, where the Nigeria Football Federation has concluded the draw for the round of 64 of the 2026 President Federation Cup, setting the stage for exciting matchups in Nigeria's oldest domestic football competition. That's the FA Cup. The tournament, widely regarded as one of the most prestigious football competitions in the country, will also serve as a pathway to continental football, with the eventual champions earning Nigeria's tickets to the 2026-2027 CAF Confederations Cup. So it's all to play for. Several top flight clubs were handed challenging fixtures following the draw. Former champions Better Insurance will face Agbana Wonderful Football Club, while Rangers International are set to battle Mojoda FC. Rivers United will take on Sporting Supreme on the 19th. Aleyimba International will have been drawn. They've been drawn against Jigawa Golden Stars junior team. Other notable fixtures include Shooting Stars versus GAA Akombi FC, Plateau United against Saneshaw Football Club, Niger Tornadoes taking on Bida Lions FC, Academy Warriors will square up against Ingasa Football Club, while Aqua United will face a Kanta Warrior. The competition also features several grassroots and academy sides hoping to cause major upsets against established teams, underlining the tournament's reputation for surprises and fierce competition. Well, the NFF is expected to announce the official dates and venues for the fixtures in coming days. Well, in other news, newly appointed Flying Eagles head coach Abdul Maikaba has commenced preparations for the WAFUB Under-20 Championship after inviting 35 players to camp ahead of the tournament due to take place in Cote d'Ivoire later this July. The invited players are expected to arrive in Abuja on Saturday as the team begins preparations for the regional competition, which serves as an important platform for youth development and qualification battles within West African football. Maikaba's provisional squad features a blend of home-based players and foreign professionals, reflecting an effort to combine local talent development with international exposure. While the list includes players from the Nigeria Premier Football League sides, lower division clubs, football academies and overseas teams in Croatia, Spain, Ukraine and the Czech Republic. Among the notable names invited are Sporting Lagos goalkeeper Clinton Lawani, NK Istra 96-1 midfielder Abubakar Rufai, and from Croatia, and Aqua United's Uchechukwu Aloysius. Well, in defense, Spain-based Wahab Bolanle Musa of FC Malaga and a call-up alongside domestic talents such as Ayala Oluyole of Wolves and Abubakar Ali of Wiki Tourist. The midfield department includes Kano Pillars Imran Ahmed, Abdurrashid of Kirba FC in Ukraine is also there, and Simon Kashiklitus of Croatian side FC Rijeka also in the team. In attack, Maikaba appears to have prioritized the pace and attacking options, with invitations extended to Katsina United striker Abadali, Spain-based Imran Mohamed of FC Alaves, and Sporting Lagos forward Shewa Koji and Alex Leme. The inclusion of several academy players also highlights the growing importance of grassroots football in Nigeria's youth team structure. Well, Nigeria remains one of the most Africa's most successful youth football nations, with the Flying Eagles winning the Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations multiple times and finishing runners-up twice at the FIFA Under-20 World Cup. The upcoming WAFUB Championship in Cote d'Ivoire will provide the first major test of Maikaba squad and his technical vision. We wish him and the boys all the very best. From the Under-20 boys, let's talk about the Under-20 girls. Under-20 girls, popularly known as the Falconets, Nigeria's Falconets, have been drawn in a challenging Group F for the 2026 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup, held in Poland, where they will face former champions Spain, China PR, and tournament debutant New Caledonia. Well, the draw ceremony for the 12th edition of the competition was held in Lodz yesterday ahead of the tournament, which will take place from the 5th to the 27th of September across 4 Polish cities. The Falconets are one of Africa's most successful sides at the tournament, are expected to face a tough test against Spain, who lifted the title in Costa Rica back in 2022. China People's Republic also arrive with significant pedigree, while New Caledonia will be making their first appearance on the global stage. Nigeria will be aiming to surpass their performance from the last edition and revive memories of their best campaigns, having finished second in 2010 and 2014. Host Poland headline Group A alongside Mexico, Argentina and fellow debutant Benin, while defending champions Korea DPR begin their title defense in Group E against Colombia, Costa Rica and Portugal. Let's take a look at the complete draw. Group A has Poland, Mexico, Argentina and Benin. Group B has Brazil, England, Canada and Tanzania. Group C has France, Korea Republic, Ghana and Ecuador. Group D has Japan, USA, New Zealand and Italy. Group E has Korea, DPR, Colombia, Costa Rica and Portugal. Group F has Spain, Nigeria, China PR and New Caledonia. Poland will host its first major global women's football tournament, with matches built to be played across 4 cities. 6 countries, Benin, Ecuador, New Caledonia, Poland, Portugal, and Tanzania, will make their debut appearances at the tournament, while Korea, DPR, and United States are both chasing a record 4th title. Before we leave female football, let me inform that the Jamaican Football Federation has broken its silence over the cancellation of the planned international friendly between the Reggae Girls and the Nigerian Super Falcons, attributing the decision to administrative and FIFA compliance issues. In an official statement, the federation said the fixture, which had been scheduled to take place in England, was called off to ensure all logistical and procedural arrangements met the required international benchmarks. The JFF explained that the proposed dates for the match were May 27, 28, and 30th, 2026, but noted that the dates fell outside the official FIFA Women's International window scheduled for June 1 to June 9, 2026. The federation added that the matter had been communicated clearly to organizers from the start, while discussions continue in the hope of reaching a suitable arrangement. The match had generated considerable excitement as a potential high-quality test between two of the most respected women's national teams from Africa and the Caribbean. Following the cancellation, the Falcons are expected to explore alternative warm-up fixtures as they continue preparations for the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Quite a lot to touch on the show this morning. Let's go on a quick break. When we return, we'll kick off with Eric Shell's story.
Nítorí Olúwa ṣeun ńlá fún wa, àwa ń yọ̀. Ìjọ onítẹ̀bọmi Victory Independent Baptist Church Ìlúpéjú Bódìjà Ìbàdàn pé 30 ọdún tí wọ́n dá sílẹ̀, hallelujah. Àkòrí àjọ̀dún tọdún yìí ni iṣẹ́ ńlá. Ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa láti ṣe àjọyọ̀ 30 ọdún t'Olúwa ti ń jẹ́ olótìtọ́ sí wa. 30 ọdún wíwàásù ìyìn rere, 30 ọdún jíjẹ́ orísun ìbùkún. Ọjọ́ Sunday ọjọ́ 17 oṣù karùn-ún ọdún 2026 ní ìsìn àjọ̀dún wáyé láago 10 òwúrọ̀. Àwọn oníwàásù ọjọ́ náà ni olùdásílẹ̀ ìjọ missionary Robert Smith àti ìyàwó wọn Rhoda Smith. Olùgbàlejò ajínrere Babátúndé I Àjàyí. Ẹ wá, ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ fẹ̀mí ìmoore hàn sí Olúwa. Jésù lolúwa.
Nàìjíríà, ilẹ̀ tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ tó sì ń gbé ní ìrẹ́pọ̀, ṣùgbọ́n báwo la ṣe lè fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ àti pé báwo la ṣe lè ní àǹfààní sáwọn ohun tó ṣe pàtàkì. Ẹ wá gbọ́, àgbékalẹ̀ ìwé ẹ̀rí àdírẹ́sì ibùgbé ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan POA lábẹ́ ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ àdúgbò tó ń gbé wà fún ìdàgbàsókè àti ètò ààbò tó fini lọ́kàn balẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fojú inú wò ìwé ẹ̀rí àdírẹ́sì ibùgbé rẹ tó dájú tó sì jẹ́ látọ̀dọ̀ ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ tó wà, ìrọ̀rùn gbáà ni.
Pẹ̀lú ìwé ẹ̀rí mi tuntun, ó rọrùn fún mi láti yáwó ní báńkì mi. Wọ́n rí àrídájú ibi tí mò ń gbé, inú mi sì dùn gan.
Mo lo tèmi fún okòwò mi, ó yára, ó sì dájú. Kódà àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ wọn ràn mí lọ́wọ́ láti tọ́ mi sọ́nà. Ìforúkọsílẹ̀ àdírẹ́sì ibùgbé rẹ jẹ́ ètò tó dájú tí ó sì lè ṣe àwọn àǹfààní sílẹ̀ fún gbogbo ènìyàn. Ìwé ẹ̀rí yìí yóò dáàbò bo ọjọ́ ọ̀la rẹ, yóò fòpin sí ìwà ọ̀daràn tí ètò ààbò tó péye yóò sì wà pẹ̀lú fún gbogbo ènìyàn. Fi ìwé ẹ̀rí àdírẹ́sì ibùgbé rẹ hàn lónìí, jẹ́ ká jọ gbé orílẹ̀-èdè yìí gòkè àgbà. Kàn sí àwọn ilé ìfìwéránṣẹ́ àti ibùgbé ìforúkọsílẹ̀ tá a ti yà sọ́tọ̀.
Ìkéde yìí wá láti ọ́fíìsì akọ̀wé ìjọba àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí, NIPOST àti ALGON.
Glad to have you back. It's still Spotted Beats on Oluyole 98.5 FM this beautiful Saturday morning. All right, Super Eagles head coach Eric Shell has reiterated his commitment to the Nigerian national team, insisting he remains fully focused on restoring the country's football dominance despite mounting pressure surrounding the role. The Malian tactician said his determination to succeed with the 3-time African champions remains unwavering, stressing that his ambition to win has not changed engaged since taking charge of the Super Eagles. We'll wish him all the best, really. Shell's current contract with the NFF is expected to run until January 2027, although talks over a possible extension are reportedly ongoing. Both the NFF and the National Sports Commission have repeatedly expressed their support for the former Mali international coach, and I believe that to be keen on extending his stay as head coach. Since his appointment, Shell has been tasked with rebuilding the Super Eagles into a competitive force capable of challenging for major honors on the continent and beyond. Talking about continent, let's cross to the world of athletics this morning, when Nigeria's women's relay quartet made history at the African Athletics Championships in Accra, Ghana on Friday, breaking the championship record in the women's 4x100 meters to successfully defend their title, while the men's team claimed silver in a dramatic final dominated by Ivory Coast on Saturday. While the women's quartet of Rosemary Owankwo, Jennifer Chukwuka Obi, Rosemary Chukwuma, and Miracle Ezechukwu clocked 42.94 seconds to become the first team to go under 43 seconds in the history of the event at the African Championships, winning gold ahead of Liberia in second and Ghana in third. The historic run also equaled the quartet's season best and announced Nigeria as the undisputed force in Africa's women's sprint, with the record-breaking performance capping a dominant relay display across the championships. The men's team of Favor Ashi, James Tawo Emmanuel, Jiri Godwin, and Chidera Ezeako clocked 38.70 seconds to pick up the silver medal, while Ezeako anchoring a strong finish that overhauled Ghana on the line. However, both Nigeria and Ghana were beaten to gold by Ivory Coast, whose squad ran an impressive 38.52 seconds to take the title. The relay victories added to what has been a strong overall showing for Nigeria at the University of Ghana Stadium, where the championships that started on the 12th of May will run to the 17th of May. Congratulations to our boys and girls. Let me also remind you that world record holder Toby Amuson further underlined Nigeria's strength in depth by leading a clean sweep of women's 100-meter hurdles podium, reclaiming her continental title, her third at the African Championships, in 12.83 seconds ahead of compatriot Ashley Myler in 13.24 seconds and Adaobi Tabubo in 13.26 seconds. Nigeria also won the mixed 4x400 meter relay through the quartet of Ezekiel Asuko, Toyibat Jimo, Victor Sampson, and Patience Okon George, who clocked 316.41 to hold off Botswana in 317.88 and Kenya in 317.94. Not enough productive championships for the Green Eagles on the track. Congratulations to our runners. Well, talking basketball, the Basketball Africa League has announced that its 2026 playoff stage will tip off on the 22nd of May at the BK Arena in Kigali, Rwanda, with 8 teams competing for the Continental Crown from the 22nd of May to the 31st of May. The 8 teams that have qualified for the playoffs are Petro de Luanda of Angola, Egypt Al Ahly, Rwanda's RSSB Tigers, Tunisia's Club Africain, Libya's Al Ahly, Morocco's FUS Rabat, Senegal's ASC Ville de Dakar, and Tanzania's Dar City. Al Ahly will open proceedings against ASC Ville de Dakar at 4 p.m. Central African Time on the 22nd of May, followed by the RSSB Tigers taking on FUS Rabat at 7 p.m. Central African Time. Alright, from there, let's move straight to European football. where Aston Villa secured the Champions League football with a 4-2 win over Liverpool last night. That leaves the Reds still at risk of missing out on Europe's elite competition next season. Oli Watkins struck twice as Aston Villa boss Unai Emery was rewarded for naming a strong side just days before the Europa League final. Liverpool slip to 5th and remain just 4 points ahead of Bournemouth, who have 2 games remaining. But just informing that no Premier League games will be played today, as games we've got the FA Cup final holding in Wembley today between Chelsea and Manchester City. So Premier League games match the 37 will return tomorrow. Also taking news from the Premier League, Michael Carrick has been confirmed as a permanent manager of Manchester United after agreeing terms on a new long-term contract with the club. The decision, which had reportedly been in development for weeks, has now been finalized and approved by key stakeholders, including minority owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe and senior club executives. Carrick is expected to sign a new deal with the agreement understood to run for an initial 2 years, including an option for extension. But like I mentioned earlier, FA Cup final holds today between Chelsea and Manchester City, and Pep Guardiola, coach of Manchester City, has insisted that Manchester City have had a successful season, whether or not they win the Premier League or Saturday's FA Cup final against Chelsea. But the other side will put the attempt to catch Premier League leaders leaders as Arsenal on hold as they head on to Wembley today for a 4th successive FA Cup final appearance. City start every season with the Premier League and Champions League, as their main targets, but they are on the verge of falling short in both trophies. Were knocked out of the Champions League last 16 by Real Madrid in March. City will be 5 points behind Arsenal if the Gunners beat relegated Burnley at home later on Monday. Guardiola's men can close the gap to 2 points with a victory over Bournemouth in their penultimate match of the season on Tuesday. But Arsenal would then still be able to guarantee their first English title since 2004 by winning at Crystal Palace on the 24th of May. And having already won the League Cup by beating Arsenal, City have a chance for a domestic double this weekend. However, Guardiola is adamant that the campaign has been positive no matter what happens at Wembley Stadium or today, or even with the Premier League title against Arsenal. Fingers crossed, we'll see how things pan out from there. Well, tomorrow in the Premier League, Manchester United will take on Nottingham Forest. Brentford will slug it out with Crystal Palace. Everton will take on Sunderland. Leeds versus Brighton. Wolverhampton Wanderers take on Fulham. Newcastle versus West Ham United. And on Monday, it's Arsenal taking on Burnley. On Tuesday, it's Bournemouth versus Manchester City. That same day, Chelsea will take on Tottenham Hotspur. That's what to look forward to in England. This weekend, and of course Monday and Tuesday. News coming from Germany has it that Bayern Munich veteran Manuel Neuer announced on Friday that he has extended his contract at the German champions by 1 year, and that's until 2027. The 40-year-old goalkeeper's deal was set to expire in the summer, but he will stay at the club for what will be his 16th year at the Bavarian club. Considered among the best in his position in history, Neuer finished third in Ballon d'Or voting in 2014 behind Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. The most recent time a goalkeeper made the top 3. Wish him all the best, really. Just a piece of news also that Benfica manager Jose Mourinho has reportedly reached an agreement with Real Madrid to return to the La Liga club. According to Spanish publication Marca, Mourinho is set to leave the Portuguese side at the end of this season. Madrid will pay Benfica a fee of around 3 million euros to release the 63-year-old tactician from his current contract. Mourinho himself revealed that he rejected a fresh offer from Benfica as he prepares to take over at Real Madrid. Real Madrid president Florentino Perez has ultimately taken the decision to bring Mourinho back after the team went 2 consecutive years without any silverware. Well, that wraps it up on the show this beautiful Saturday morning. Big thanks to the entire production crew. Bigger thanks to you and you for listening this morning. The show returns on Monday. Today, have a wonderful weekend and enjoy your football.
Charity ẹni fẹ́ ṣàríyá o gbogbo ẹni fẹ́ ṣàjọ̀dún àbẹ́ni fẹ́ ṣèpàdé o gbogbo ẹni fẹ́ ṣènáwó BCOS event grand òun yẹn máa bọ̀ BCOS event grand òun ló kájọ ẹ̀ fún gbogbo ayẹyẹ èyí tẹ́yìn bá fẹ́ ṣe BCOS event grand òun yẹn máa bọ̀ o. Bóyá wá gbé mi débẹ̀ yóò ilé akéde bóyá wá gbé mi débẹ̀ yóò BCOS event grand. BCOS event grand débi tílẹ̀ ti tẹ́jú àyè ìgbọ́kọ̀sí ń bẹ ìyẹn pọ̀ jaburata BCOS event grand ìyẹn nílé akéde oríta Báṣọ̀run nílùú Ìbàdàn BCOS event grand òun yẹn máa bọ̀ o. Ohun tá à ń sọ ni pé fónírúurú ayẹyẹ tẹ́yìn bá fẹ́ ṣe ó ti wù kó fẹjú tó BCOS event grand òun ló kájú ẹ̀ òun ló káàtó ṣókùú àgbà lẹ́yìn fẹ́ ṣe ni tàbí ìgbéyàwó tàbí birthday tàbí open year crusade ó sì jẹ́ book launch ní tiyín ni ẹ máa bọ̀ ẹ̀yẹ sá ti kàn sí wa ní yàrá